Right, let's see what kind of position you are in. Ooh, well, you're not on the wonk, and you could potentially go a little bit higher, but I don't think you need to. And the candle could be a tad more central. How's that? How's that? I think we might not be too far off the mark there, darlings. Right. Let's just have a look. Oh, yeah, that's better. I'm happy enough with that. Are you lot happy enough with that? I hope so. Right. Let's get a little drop of something on the go, shall we? Phantasmagorical. Excellent. Well, good evening. Oh, still can't get used to your screen not being there. Good evening, darlings, and a very warm welcome indeed to Tuesday Night Live. And it's genuinely, I know I always say this, but it is genuinely a joy to be here with you again, as it is every night. And I'm so grateful to you for sharing your time with me and the community. And every time I open up the doings and I see that there are people waiting, I get a little bit excited and I just feel really fortunate, and it's a lovely feeling. So I just wanted to say that, and I wanted to say thank you, and it means the world to me. And also, let's do another check-in. Let's do it right at the beginning. How you doing, guys? How you doing? What's going on? Anything you want to talk about? Anybody need a virtual hug or a bit of universal love and strength sending their way? Let me know how you're doing if you feel like it. If you don't, then don't worry about it. Right then, darlings. Over the course of the next hour, we're going to wave away Tuesday and we're going to welcome in Wednesday, Hump Day, the middle of the working week, as was half day closing in Gleneath and possibly Resolvent too. Don't know about Treherbert or Treorchy. I'll ask Sean. We have got a hedgehog of truth on hand if you should wish to avail yourself of all that he can offer. We've got a box that's going to get a right old pounding, and of course, well, we've got you lovely people, and we have got a community portable electric telephone upon which you could leave a voice note for me, for a certain member of the community, or for the community as an entirety. The options are all yours, darlings. The world really is your lobster. Now then, in just a blinking of an eye, I'm going to start reading your comments, which to me, and I believe to you too, are very much the meat and vegetables of this sandwich platter that we're on. Actually, I'm going to have to stop saying that. Right, I'll very quickly talk about this, and then I'll have a glug of my wine, and then I'll get into your comments. But I've hello, talking about voice notes. Well, that's not on the community portable electric telephone. That's on mine. What could this be? Oh, I've got to put my passcode in. There we are. Ah, right. Thursday and Saturday half day closing in Treorchy and Treherbert. There we are. I'm sure it was Wednesday in Gleneath. I suppose that would make sense, because then if you desperately needed something, and you lived in Gleneath and you desperately needed something on a Wednesday afternoon, you just have to whiz up the Rickos Bank over Treherbert Mountain and go and grab it from Treherbert. But yeah, the meat and vegetable thing. I ate meat yesterday and I've eaten meat for lunch today. And I'll be honest with you, and I'm surprised I'm saying this, I don't feel great about it. Yeah. I wish I hadn't had what I had for lunch today, to be perfectly honest. I don't know whether it's psychosomatic or what, but it hasn't sat well on me and in me. And yeah, I haven't felt comfortable since lunchtime, really. So I'm not going to become a vegetalist. On principle, I refuse to become a vegetalist. But what I'm going to do, this just occurred to me. Now, the guys at work, I call them family because they are my family, and I'm family to them. And they kind of accepted me as a Nepali. I have a Nepali name. They so on and so on and so on. And of course, they've also given me a caste, and very kindly and with great respect, they've given me the caste of Baun, which is the highest caste in the Nepali caste system. And so, what I've decided to do now, as I think all of you know, I'm a minister of the church. I'm a reverend. And I'm not a reverend of the Hindu church, but our church is quite a broad church, if you like. And we are perfectly at will to cherry pick the best practices from other religions, should we choose to do so. Um, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to live up to my bound caste status, and that means that I only eat meat at certain times and under certain circumstances. And I think that's a nice way to do it. I don't want to become a vegetalist. And I'm sure there will be times when I very much enjoy eating meat. But I'm going to make this, and I'm going to tie it in with, I'm going to adopt a lot of other Hindu customs as well. Not all of them, because some of them, frankly, I find a bit silly, counterintuitive. I'm certainly not going to smoke marijuana one day a year, which is a thing. The government even supply the marijuana. I'm not going to do that, and there are other things I'm not going to do as well. But I am one of the quite a few things that I am going to take on from the Hindu uh, religion is going away from meat, not totally, but moving away from it. So, for example, going forward, my staff curry will not be chicken curry. It will be tomato and red kidney bean curry, which is lovely, absolutely lovely. Oh, chunks of fresh tomato, red kidney beans in that amazing staff curry soup. You can't whack it. So there you go. That's just a little aside of something that I've decided to do going forward. There are other aspects of Hinduism that I am going to adopt as well. The ones that appeal to me, the ones that make sense to me, and the ones that I think are good. Good for me, good for the world if we all did a bit of them. So there you go. That's an aside. But yeah, it's sitting well with me. I'm losing weight. I'm losing quite a lot of weight actually. Now that's partly to do with change in diet, partly to do with moving away from the big lunches and whatnot, and probably partly to do with the fact that I'm doing a bit of exercise these days, or a bit of additional exercise. So I'm just going to keep rolling with it. No promises. Things might change tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, whatever. But there you go. That's just a little aside. I'm now going to have a goodly slurp of my wine because we're allowed to drink wine. Thank God. Uh, my God, don't be offended. I was, yeah. It gets confusing. Hindus have got so many gods, too many of them to keep track of. Anyway, cheers. Your very good health. Bottoms up yours, and of course, get stuffed. Ah, lovely. Right then, onto your comments. First cab off the rank tonight was Carol C, who says, "Hello, nose pickers. Hope everyone is okay and had a productive day." First off the rank and first to hit the like button. Lovely new card and video. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, Many people feared injured after crowd surge at a Hindu festival in somewhere or other. Uh, God, it's a while since I've sat here having put out a video, isn't it? Had a week off, or 6 days anyway. No, it's a week. It is. It's a week off. The last video came out last Tuesday, didn't it? Normal service is going to be resumed. You got a video today. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly had a giggle when I was working through the edit. I've missed Mustard, and I really loved yesterday, and I loved having a giggle when I was looking through the old Nicki Minaj. But yeah, so yes, normal service will be resumed. You're getting a video tomorrow as well. Don't you worry about that. And we should be back to the daily videos now, with the exception of Monday, obviously. Monday? Yeah, Monday. Monday. Yes, that's right. Because on Mondays, I'm going to be doing things so I don't get time to do an edit. So otherwise, you'll get 6 a week, something like that. Evening, Boaty in the box, says Peter P. Good evening to you. The seamlessly inserted footage of the onboard gramophone was especially nice. Do you know what? I'll tell you the truth, darlings. I was going to tell you I'd forgotten about that. I didn't forget about it at all. I remembered that I needed to do it. And I did film the footage, but it was somewhere in the middle of that 30-minute chunk. And time was marching out. I couldn't be asked to go through that 30-minute chunk of footage to find where I had to insert it. So I thought, oh, bugger it. It'll be funnier if I don't do it. So I didn't do it. So you didn't get seamlessly inserted Nicki Minaj of the onboard gramophone. Soz about that, but hashtag not sorry. But I'm going to do a video with a proper walk around and review of the car at some point over the forthcoming days. So you will see it then. Good evening, Boaty and all, says Stratospherian. Good evening to you. Jimmy Quinn is here, says good evening to everyone. Hello, Jimmy. Stu is with us. And Stu says, skip through the 307 SW video. Nice car, except being behind the freaking line for 2 decades. Peugeots don't float my boat anymore. Well, that's fair enough. You don't have to watch every video or every minute of a particular video. Matron is with us, saying evening all, and giving the link to Carol C's channel for Stratospherian. Oh, Simone is with us, the lovely Simone. Excellent. Hello, Simone. Who else have we got with us? Oh, Skick is with us. Hello, Skick. Always a pleasure, mate. The new car looks great, Boat. Thank you. Thank you. I'm touch wood. So far, so good. I'm loving it. Andrew Buttigieg is with us, the lovely Ivor Spotty Butty. And it's compostable toilet is the word Boaty was looking for. Oh, is it? Right. Those stairs make me giddy, says Stu. I'm hoping for a bathroom live, says Peter P. I could do a live from the bath, couldn't I? Oh, be careful what you wish for. Boaty, live on the bog. That would be good fun, actually. I might do a bedtime story sat on the bog. Good evening, all, says Barry, that guy from SETI Alpha 5. Good evening to you. You're getting good at this cam placement lark, Boaty, says Matron. Oh, just bloody sheer bleeding guesswork, innit? But yeah, you're looking all right tonight, I think. We don't mind the wonkerage, says Andrew. I've got to say that one of the comments on today's video, I read it when I was in the restaurant and there were customers in, and I just burst out laughing. Absolutely burst out laughing. I can't read all of it, but it ended up, you don't get this on Hubnut, and it properly made me laugh. Good to be here, says Josh, and it's lovely to have you. So I went on the shooting course today, says Barry. That was a piss take. Well, in other words, you mean it was, designed for people less experienced than you, I imagine. So it might be a piss take for you, but might have been useful for others. Or it could have just been a complete piss take. I don't know. I am merely conjecturing or possibly surmising. Phantasmagorical is a thing, says Stu. I like the new pug boat, says Barry. Good, I'm glad you like it. Who fecked up his hair, says Cheeseburger. Evening, all. I'll try and unfeck it for you, cheeses, shall I? Low tide at Glass Bay, darlings. I shall get replenishment. 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 So I'm looking forward to my red kidney bean and tomato curry with rice. I'm also tempted with the idea. I don't like the theory of dairy, and I don't do dairy except I do butter. It's the only dairy I do. I don't do anything else. So I'm thinking about getting rid of the butter, and that is for ethical reasons. There's just something. No, I never used to think about these things, but there is something about dairy that just doesn't sit right with me. This is the least on the wonk. It's been in ages, says Matron. Barry says, I'm doing just fine. Karen's working nights this week. Good evening to one and all, says Josh. The High Priestess is with us and says, hi all. Hello to you. I could use a hug, says to you. Well, have a virtual hug from me, and I'm sure everybody else will give you a virtual hug as well, mate. And hope it helps. Hi all, says Cheesy. Barry says they use Glocks. I loathe Glock. Plastic toy guns. MHM should provide, and MHM, for those who don't know, is Mary Huff Management, the management company that I am signed up to, along with Mustard and the M11. MHM should provide Boaty with a mustard cardboard cutout to use as a visual aid. Yeah, that'd be quite cool, actually. Oh, what I advise about what? Hang on. Right, have I missed something there? What's gonna? Oh, I don't know. I might have missed something there. I might have just caste system. Says Stu. The reflection of the candle make this like the golden shot, says Cheeseburger. Fancy a go, Barry? Up a bit, aim, fire. Oh, who remembers the golden shot? Eh? What was it? Bernie the Bolt, was it? The Church of Boaty confessed to the hedgehog. Charlotte Church, says Peter P. I can't do without meat, says Barry. I'm not a rabbit. Well, I've always said that the tiger doesn't eat grass, but I don't know. I don't know. It might be some psychosomatic or what. I don't know, but I'm feeling better. And as I say, I didn't enjoy my lunch today, and it's not like me not to enjoy a meal. And it wasn't a bad meal. It was just I didn't enjoy the meat aspect. And I wished I'd just had beans on toast, to be honest. It just sat on my stomach differently. Maybe it's just a passing thing. I can see Boaty growing a trunk, says Stu. Yeah, I'm just pleased to see you, mate. Me fat Mog is a Boaty fan too, says Stu. She's pricking up her ears. Good evening, all, says Bad Books, and a jolly good evening to you. Right. We have got some voice notes to work through, darling. So this is exciting, isn't it? And hopefully you will hear them properly on this occasion. Sean would like you all to know that, and me, that he's currently eating slices of beef dunked in mint sauce. Beautiful. Sean, you're the wrong one. I mean, a slice of beef is something I can't imagine life without. That's why I'm never going to become a vegetalist, because a slice of beautiful rare roast beef is an amazing thing, but not dunked in mint sauce, you bloody heathen from over the mountain. What are you thinking of, man? Oh dear, oh dear. Who else have we got? Here we go. There'll be some food talk here. You can bet your most Western buttock on it.
What a splendid car, sir.
Well, yeah. I
You
think
Mustard. I'm sorry to say that Mustard's wife's been crying all day because he hasn't been seen since he was in the boot of your car, sir. Apparently he's lost in the boot of the car, sir. You haven't let him out.
It's a big boot.
Anyway, I was the drive to work in it today, sir.
Oh, you've got a video coming up
Did
about
you finally
that?
get your seat right?
No, not yet.
Anyway, thank you very much, sir. Today I had
Here we go.
tomato soup.
Tomato soup, yeah.
Followed by this evening meal, just sausage and chips.
Sausage and chips, yes.
And
Posh coffee.
Just chill out. I think you're coming down with a cold myself, sir. I feel a bit shitty, but never mind.
Oh, bad luck.
Watching. Looks like we're just sitting back at the table tonight, sir.
Yeah.
Anyway, please tweet the like button. We also know why Musty took his briefcase yesterday as well. Because of it was full of pound coins that he was paying for the car. It wasn't pound coins, it was £5 notes. That's what it was, sir. He wanted to feel rich again by giving the seller the money. We all know, but it was the pound coins.
Mustard didn't have any money with him, didn't need any. Yesterday was my treat. There was a question there that I was going to answer, and I can't remember what it was. What did you just ask? No, I'm buggered if I can remember. Did we have another one coming? Oh, Simone. What time is it? Oh, it's not too early to do Simone, is it? Let's do her now.
Hello again, Boaty.
Hello.
I can't think of a box pounding tonight, so just pound that bloody box, all right?
All right. I can do that, my lovely. I'll pound that box like I don't know what. Let's get it pounded, eh? 3, 2, 1. You're back in the room. I hope you enjoyed the 2 hours of hot front parlour action I gave you lovely people last night. I thought it might make a bit of a change, you know. Oh dear, wine burps. No, excuse me. Matron says Hindus, pagans, and the ancient Greeks had the right idea regarding deities and godly entities, one for every element of life you can think of. Mustard's here. Hello, Chief. Hello to you. Mutar, says Stu in his best French. Hello, muggy backcombing loonies, says dear old Mustard. Barry says, I'd insert my gramophone into Linda Hamilton or Lacey Chabot. I've got no idea who those people are. I was 3/4 of the way through today's video, says Jim Bob, and I had to stop to come here. Sorry about that. It'll be there when you go back to it. Oh, hello. We've been favoured with another one from Simone.
Just quickly, Boaty, I went and bought myself a bedside lamp today because I needed to buy something new for my home.
Okay.
And it is it is a lamp of a totally naked lady. I will send you a photo for your photographic delectation.
Thank you so much. I look forward to it. This may or may not come as a surprise to you, but I'm quite a fan of naked ladies. Oh, I would love a bedside lamp of a naked lady. Oh, and here is the photo. Let's have a look. Oh, I say, what a splendid pair. Oh, that is a cracking... Oh, they're marvellous. Oh, look at that. Oh. Oh, that could be problematical. I have enough problems in the morning with, how can I put this, undesired and useless overexcitement in the morning. The last thing I need is a cracking pair of fake knockers being the first thing I wake up to look at. Bloody hell. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Good evening, Boaty, says Steve McDonald, and good evening, everyone. Steve McDonald, who worked out without my help because I didn't see his massage until it was too late, has worked out how to get the Bluetooth working on the posh gramophone in Dickadum-Dum. Didn't need me after all. I need to pee. I'll be right back, says Steve. Don't forget to like, says Jimmy. Boaty is a strong contender for the title of UK YouTuber with most working French cars. Well, touch wood, they stay working. Yeah, we've had this conversation. I love anything and everything French. I am a massive Francophile. France and Italy, everything about them. Dinner, says Bad Books, and he does mean lunch, was prawn salad. Tea, and he does mean dinner. Oh, listen, was mussels in garlic sauce, followed by salmon and long grain rice and broccoli and French beans. That's posh, isn't it? How posh is that? Now, I've been sent something. It's from Captain Mustard, and it is... Oh, my God. It's a picture of me, presumably a still from the video when the seat was in the ridiculous position, and I look absolutely idiotic. Absolutely idiotic. It's not going back in that position. That was crazy. Oh, that has made me laugh. It looks utterly ridiculous. Do you want to see? I suppose I should show you, shouldn't I? No idea where to hold this. Oh, balmy. Balmy. It's nowhere near that anyway. But well done, Bad Books. That sounds your dinner or tea, if you insist, sounds particularly splendid. Now, am I imagining it, or did we get an additional voice note from the Leisure Peninsula? No, I didn't imagine it. Here it is. Boom. The next voice you hear will be from the Leisure Peninsula. Oh.
How many sets of keys did you get with the new vehicle, sir? And also, with your AA, have you got a repair cover?
Keys, I just got that one knackered key that I believe I showed you last night. However, I can report, spoiler alert on tomorrow's video, that massively knackered, virtually unusable key, no longer massively knackered. Look what I've done. Look what I've done today. Now that is what you call progress, darlings. That is what you call progress. My long-term viewers, we were talking about this on the live last night, my long-term viewers will remember that when I tried to do a key for Miss Henrietta Pye, it took about 3 months. I got a lot of content out of it. They still get watched now, amazingly enough. Whereas this one, first time, I ordered the correct thing, amazingly. And I managed to do it all almost perfectly. Now, this isn't on the video, so I'm going to give you a little exclusive. Now then, hold on. Right. Basically, as I think I told you last night, I bought a case, and the case came with a blank blade. So obviously, you have to get the blade cut um, to your blade, and then you swap the internals over and the transponder and all of that shenanigans. The problem is that a lot of these eBay specials and whatnot, the blank blade is very poor quality, and a lot of places won't cut it for you. Timpson certainly won't, but a lot of independents won't either, because they say the poor quality metal can completely ruin their incredibly expensive machines. So what I wanted to do was to swap the blade, not get the blank blade cut, but to actually swap the blade. And it's quite difficult. So basically, that's the rotaty bit that rotates around. And you'll see possibly that there's a hole in there. And then in the blade itself, the blade has an orifice in the blade. I could show you better on the other one, but I'm not going to pull it out. And the blade is held into the doings with a tiny pin. John, why are you messaging me this? Why not just, if this is a message for, why not just put it in the community chat? I don't get it. Tell them directly. Tell your audience directly. Where was I? Where was I? I've lost track of what I was saying there. Right, so the blade is held into the doings. It's got a little hole in it, and basically it has a little. This goes. It has a little tiny little metal pin that holds the blade in there. Now, I bought a little kit from Amazon. Well, actually, it came with the key case because it was a specific key case where you were going to swap the blade over. And that gives you the little like watchmaker's thing that in various sizes. So a tiny little thing that you put over the pin, you try and locate it over the pin, and you tip, tap, tap, you tap it out with a hammer. Now, I managed to do that, no problem at all. I removed the blade from the old one and I removed the blade from the new one. Where I did fail, so there is a failure here, what I completely failed to be able to do was to replace the pin. So that is the old blade in the new case. Now I transferred over everything else, no problem, all of the internals, the transponder chip, all of that. The only thing I failed at was if hang on. You can possibly see when I hold the blade at that angle, there is a hole there. And that hole should have a pin through it. And that is what holds the blade, which is this bit here, into the rotating bit behind it. Now, for the life of me, I couldn't do that. I've still got the pin. I can show it to you. At least I think I can show it to you. Hold on. Right, yeah. I've got it on my magnetic thing retriever. So if you can see just there, that is the tiny little pin that should go back through the blade, and that secures the blade into the doings. I couldn't do it. It's a really tight fit, and that thing is so tiny, and I've got big sausage fingers, and using tools and using anything, I could not find a way to get that little pin back in so that I could then tap it back in with the little thing. So that was the only bit that I failed at. That was the only bit that I failed at. However, at the moment, the key blade is, even without the pin, it's a secure enough fit that I can start the car, blah, 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 pull the key out and the blade stays in place. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to order some super glue, and because I'm never going to get that pin back in. And I'm just going to pop a little dab of super glue in there to make absolutely sure that that blade doesn't come out. But other than that, I mean, did I show you the key last night? I'm sure I did. And you know, how much of an improvement is that? So I'm really chuffed with myself there. The only other thing to do, because this is an aftermarket part, where's the old one? Hold on. Here it is. Here's half of the old smashed up knackered one. Now that's the original Peugeot, and you can see it's got the little decal thing in there. This is the aftermarket one with just a blank square, but you can buy these. They're £3.49 for two. So I'm going to order those tonight or tomorrow. That will just finish off that bit there, and I'll have one spare because I will create a spare key for both this and Officer Crabtree. I'm not going to pay £200 to do it though. So what I need to do is to have a play with my new King Bowling super duper wonderful thing. Then you forgot I had this, didn't you? You forgot I had this. I'm hoping that this has got the capability to program keys for Peugeots. So fingers crossed. And if it has, then we're on to a winner, and I will create spare keys for both Mimi LeBlanc and Officer Crabtree, because at the moment they only have one key each. Right. Have I caught up on doings, or have I got any more? I've got another one. Gosh, we're busy tonight, aren't we, darlings?
Because if you have a repair cover, say, it costs you £25 for a new key. That's why I was trying to say. Because I have a repair cover.
Oh.
And you just say you've lost your key, sir, after a few days.
Oh, right. Well, no, I haven't. No, I haven't got AA repair cover. No, where were we were talking about Mark's food, weren't we? Very nice it sounded too. I can't read that out, Cheeseburger, and you know damn well I can't. Your food sounds lovely, Mark, says Carol C. It does, I agree. Butter is useful if you're Marlon Brando, says Barry. You can't put a better bit of butter on your knife. A hug for anyone that wants one, says Carol C. Ah, that's sweet. Andrew Buttigieg says, Last Tango in the Peak. I loved Last Tango in Halifax. That's one of the last things I watched on television before I gave it up. It went a bit silly, so I stopped watching it after a while. But like the first series, I adored that. I thought it was brilliant. Not me, I'm full of snot, says Steve. Oh, look, I mean, sorry to everybody who's got any kind of lurgy. I've still got the same thing, but I'm, touch wood. As long as I don't get the full-blown flu, I don't care. So I'm coughy, I'm sneezing a bit, I've got a bit of a runny nose, I've got a bit of a sore throat, I've got a bit of a headache, but nothing really. Oh, excuse me. As long as it doesn't develop into anything worse than this, then I will consider that I've dodged a bullet. Oh, excuse me. God. Boaty's giving up meat so he doesn't have to turn gay on the 1st of March. I'm not turning gay on the 1st of March. I've thought of several cunning ways around it. which are largely based on semantics. But you know me, I'm good at arguing semantics, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to get away with this. Oh, Kenny Everett, yes. Captain Kremen, absolutely. As a reverend, say Skick, would that allow you to do baptisms and weddings and funerals? Just wondered. Yes, it does, Skick. Yes, it does. Lovely mint sauce and yummy beef, says Helen. Helen, what are you thinking of? Oh, beef and mint sauce is wrong. It just is. It just is. I mean, mint sauce is lovely with some things. I haven't had mint sauce for a long time because I haven't eaten lamb for many, many, many years. Not since I fell in love with lambs and sheepies. I couldn't eat lamb now. But you can have mint sauce with, you could have mint sauce. Oh, I don't know what you have mint sauce. Well, just be like Sean and have mint sauce with bloody everything. Should you put vinegar in mint sauce? Well, traditionally, yeah, I believe. Don't you have mint sauce with pie and peas? Or is it a pie and peas supper? Don't you have mint sauce with that? Or is that faggots and peas? Or if you're from the black country, faggot and pies? No, that was London, not black country. Can't read that. Have the builders been working hard today? Asked Carol C. Carol, it's ridiculous. There's a little bit of Nicki Minaj. Now, I don't know what time they started work in the morning or afternoon or whenever it was. All I can tell you is that they were still working on the roofs when I left at gone 10 o'clock. There's God knows how many of them working inside. There was the secondary team of Sikh roof guys with their lifty uppy cherry picker telehandler thing, and they've been working under floodlights in the darkness. They're replacing some roofs. They're putting up new whatever they're called fascias, soffits, drain pipes, all of that shenanigans. So yeah, they're literally working night and day. And I can genuinely believe now that we are within around a week of it being done, me getting the keys and, being able to go in and start everything. It's going to be a weird thing. It's going to be a weird thing where it becomes actual rather than just theoretical. And I've actually got to do it. So I've been promised a little bit of help from a friend. So I'm hoping that comes to fruition. But it's going to be really exciting. It is going to be exciting. I'll make a success of it, no matter what state it's in. But it's exciting because it's still such an unknown quantity. I can't get my head around the layout. I don't know how many bedrooms I'm going to have. I don't know what room is going to be for what function, etc., etc., etc. So, it could be a matter of days until we get that opportunity, until I can make that first video where I go in and you all come with me and we have the proper look around, and then we can start to thrash out what the bloody hell we're going to do with the place. Because even before we start furnishing and dressing it, we need to figure out what's going to be what. Okay, we know that the bathrooms are the bathrooms. We know that the lavatories are the lavatories. We know that the kitchen is the kitchen. But what about all the rest of the rooms? What are we going to do with them? Well, that's what we're going to have to figure out, isn't it? And that's it's going to be a really exciting phase, and hopefully the videos will do very well as well. So it might be exciting for the channel. And as I've said before many times, I'm really looking forward to getting you guys involved as much as you're willing to be in every single little step, because bear in mind that this is my, okay, we've got 3 now. For those who aren't aware, there are going to be 3 in the initial Airbnb stroke hotel chain. Maybe more will come along, maybe they won't, who knows. But there are now going to be 3, if you didn't realize. If you've not been watching recently, you might think it was going to be 2. It's not, it's going to be 3. So what was I talking about there? Oh yeah, but this is the personal one. This is the Sherpa's Lodge. This is the one that that it's got the least pressure. It can't really fail. I think it would be impossible for it to fail financially. So this is the one that we can have a bit of fun with. We can make it a personal thing. We can make it a community thing. And we can properly have a bit of fun with it. The other 2 are going to have to be run utterly professionally. One as an out-and-out hotel, boutique hotel. The other one as a full-on Peak District holiday cottage rental. They've just got to be run as businesses, no arson about. This one, the Sherpa's Lodge, we've got a bit of freedom of movement there. We can have a bit of fun with it. We can dare to be different. So it's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting to find out what we've got. I don't know what I've got with the new one, because obviously I haven't seen it yet, but there'll be a meeting and I'll know what I've got with it. I know what I've got with Clay Cross because I've seen the architect's plans. So, I know that I'm dealing with a 7-bedroom, all en suite, boutique hotel. I know where the entrance is. I know where the exit is. I know blah, blah, blah. I've seen the plans. I've said, yeah, I'm happy with them. And we'll be getting planning permission anytime now. And work will be starting in about just over 4 weeks. But Sherpa's Lodge, God knows what we're going to do with it. I've still got the mad idea of having a train set room. Don't forget brotherly love. Does the Reverend Boaty have those hands? San Miguel time, says Cheeseburger. Enjoy. And Moretti, says Steve McDonald. Black sheep for me, says Carol C. We sell that in the restaurant. We have black sheep in behind the bar at the restaurant. Lovely, says Mustard. A child driving a pug. It looks ridiculous, doesn't it? Looks like he has a friend down there between his legs. That's 10-2 wind in the hair position. Yeah, all have a good laugh. The Amazon lucked out. Hi, Jason. How are you? Says the lovely Sarah Parsons. Oh, haven't seen you for a while, my lovely. Well, I'm fine and I'm all the better for seeing you. And I hope you're well too. I'm so proud of myself for this. Doesn't take much, darlings. Doesn't take much to get me clutching my little tinkle with excitement. And when I get the little thing to go in there, they're going to be even better. Actually, seriously, for a cheapie off the internet, this is actually quite good quality, much better quality than I was expecting. I didn't actually go for the cheapest one. I went for the one that sounded as if it might. Oh, and the other thing is, today I've ordered some mats for Mimi LeBlanc. Well done with the key, says Bad Books. Hell's bells, and you're not even an engineer. Fiddly job, that, says Stu. People are saying hello to Sarah. NK is with us. You enjoy the wine now. Cheers. Well, cheers to you, NK. Cheesy. cheeseburger is really incorrigible. Is Tracy Cardiff in here? Asks Sarah. No, I don't think we've seen her tonight, actually. Bedtime for me, volunteering tomorrow, says Simone. Ta for now. Good night, Simone. Have a great sleep and have a good day tomorrow. All right, John Stoodley says, hi, chat and hi, Boaty. I just messaged Boaty to say I'm still unsure whether to keep my channel or not. It's not gone as planned and I'm anxious about my ECG in 2 days' time. Well, I mean, there's no point in deleting the channel. It doesn't cost you anything for it to be there. And if you don't want to add anything to it, don't add anything to it. In terms of not doing what you expected, well, what did you expect? And yeah, I mean, yeah, what were your expectations of it? And let us know your expectations. And there's a few of us who've got YouTube channels here. Perhaps we could advise you on how to get closer to achieving those expectations. So I'm just having a look at, that's going to look bang on when we got one of those in there. I'm thoroughly excited. I have fitted Mimi LeBlanc with her umbrella. And what else did I put in there? Oh, yeah, the CDs. I can't get all of the gramophone working as I want to. And there's something I really, really want to tell you. And I don't want to spoil the surprise for tomorrow's video. It's something about the drive to work. Small pin, use tweezers. You must be well practiced. Bollocks to you. I haven't got any tweezers. And no, the problem was, I mean, I've got various tools that would replicate the function of tweezers. So I've got tools that I could use to pick the small pin up so they're not squashed in my little fingers. But the problem was, Cheesy, that because it was such a tight fit, whatever you picked the small pin up with, you needed to apply pressure with. And I mean, I've got some, what are they called? What's it nose pliers. Oh my God, that was a big gurgle. That was a mighty gurgle from the old breadbasket. So yeah, I've got these pliers. They were perfect for picking up the little pin thing. But the problem was, it needs so much pressure to get it to introduce it to the hole. I couldn't find a way to do that. I simply couldn't find a way to do that. You need somehow to be able to, well, you need 4 pairs of hands because you need to be able to hold the pin directly open. Well, right. You need to hold the key open at the correct angle so you can see the hole with one hand. With another hand, a very steady hand, you need to position the pin directly over the hole. And then with the third hand that I haven't had fitted, you need to hold the pin banging tool. And then with your fourth hand, you need to hit the pin banging tool with a hammer. It's an impossible job unless you've got 4 hands. And quite honestly, darlings, I don't have 4 hands. So I'm just going to super glue it instead. And I'm sure that will do the job. I mean, I've used it all night. I've started and stopped the car loads of times. I've pushed it in and I've pulled it out, darlings. It hasn't broken off. So, you know, that's a good honeymoon in anybody's book, isn't it? Oh, yes. Now then, did I see that I've got a new... oh, we've got doings. What's this?
I wish I was there watching a bit more of this, but I'm really trying to get through some of this editing. I've also discovered that I look a bit like Deirdre Barlow suddenly.
Yeah, it totally does look like Deirdre Barlow in this photo. just a slightly less attractive version. And you wouldn't have thought that was possible, but that's Mustard for you. He can pull off the impossible. Mine's still floppy, says Steve. Couldn't get the spring back in. Oh, I managed that. I did manage that. Look at that. Look at that firm spring action. Look. That's like me every morning. And it's funny because it's true. Completely bloody pointless. Bung. Why? Does my subconscious somehow think that at some point between me climbing into my lonely bed solo, does it think bloody Claudia Winkleman clambered in beside me? So I better be ready for action at waking up time. Good luck with the ECG, John, says Cheeseburger. Keep the channel, it can't hurt. £3.49 for a bloody sticker. 2 stickers, as Steve McDonald rightly points out. It's just not working as I wanted, Cheeseburger Mate, says John about his channel. My subscribers keep going down, then back up, mate. Well, have you lost 1,000 subscribers? Have you lost 1,500 subscribers in 7 days? If you haven't, sit down. You've got nothing to worry about. I lost 1,500 subscribers in 7 days. That's when you got something to cry about. Gaining and losing subscribers is something that happens to every single YouTuber. The key with YouTube, if there is a key, the key with YouTube is you keep marching forward. You keep creating content and you try to maintain the quality or increase the quality or whatever. And as long as you gain more subscribers than you lose, it's fine. But you're unlikely to pick up new subscribers with old content. You got to keep the new stuff coming out, and it's got to be stuff that people want to watch. Or you've got to put loads of it out there. Nobody wants to watch my stuff, but I keep putting it out and I nag them to watch it, and they very kindly do. John Coupland recently did a King Boland video. He wasn't too impressed with it. Oh dear. That's what happens, John, to everyone, says Matron. Absolutely. Goblin King says, nipping up to my allotment shed for a drink, Boaty. Are you coming? Only down the road in Ashgate. Got some home brew ready. Have you got any wine? You got any Chablis? Oh, you literally are only down the road then if you're in Ashgate. Steve's going to get an Aldi Angus ribeye steak, and it's a £5 apparently. Oh, there we are. I've had more than one ECG, John, says Jim Bob. All been fine. I'm expecting to get an echogram whenever sometime, and your bus journey videos are soothing. I don't think an ECG is going to come as a surprise to our friend John. I mean, remember, he's had multiple strokes. He's had a very major heart attack that they didn't think that he would survive. And he's had multiple TIAs. And obviously he's going to be on the risk register because he's also had a massive brain tumor very recently. And sadly, he's also battling cancer at the same time. So I would imagine with all of those balls being juggled in the air, I would imagine he has quite frequent ECGs. When you've had multiple strokes and a major heart attack that you were not expected to survive, I would imagine they've kept a pretty close eye on his heart and his blood pressure. To be honest, it's a surprise to me that that they kind of seem to be discovering his high blood pressure, because I mean they must have been monitoring it surely. major heart attack, not expected to survive, multiple strokes, cancer, and a brain tumor. You'd think they'd have been all over his brain, his blood pressure. And if you're thinking, yeah, well, that's the NHS for you, John goes private. John has private health insurance. So all of his stuff is done privately. So you would think that they would be bang on, but there you go. Apparently not. Wrangling builders is a full-time job. Apparently it is. Left to their own devices, they only drink tea. Hey, chap, says Mustard. Planning permission soon, Cheeseburger. Have you been listening to Growler? No idea what that is. 3 of 4 of the Monday videos have been edited, apparently. Boing. Boaty has money for Matt, says Jim Bob. They were 19 quid. We're not talking about massively expensive. Why are the fireworks going on outside my block, asks Matron. Chinese New Year, Matron says to you. Fireworks went off outside mine earlier, says Woodstock. Woodstock, any special day? Yeah, New Year. You wish you had morning wood boat, says Jim Bobs. I have to slam it in the bloody bathroom door. Otherwise, I wouldn't get down the stairs without knocking the pictures off. Oh, working day, may God bestow his grace on thee. I love that episode of The Simpsons. That's it, about content that people want to watch, they skip. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Hello, love. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I'm so sorry. Hello, lovely friend, says Headmistress Diane Sturdy. Just popping in to say hello and good night. Good night to you, my lovely. Thanks for checking in. Just check YouTube, says Bad Books. You need a small hammer. I had one of them. Mustard might have one. I had one. I just didn't have 4 hands. Jimmy Quinn says, Boaty, I've been watching your crap for 3 years or more. When do I get my effing watch? Woodstock says, John, upload new content. Anything will do. A meal, a review of anything. A live stream lasting 4 minutes isn't going to get any views. Do a longer one like Boaty. Matron says, I had to have an ECG just before the minor lady procedure. So anything as major as John has had, I'm sure he's had quite a few. He must have had literally hundreds. And I have caught up with the comments, darlings, and it is gone midnight. So how's about, I'm a bit knackered tonight, how's about we all just bugger off? What do you say? I don't think I'm missing any Dubrifirkins. Oh, John says, Jim Bob, you've been through the wars. As Boaty says, hope they are or should be monitoring you better. It seems ridiculous to me. I mean, he's paying for this. He's paying for all of this. And don't forget, I mean, he had a brain tumor that was the size of an egg or something like that. And it was a massive brain tumor. And they scheduled him for an operation to remove it. But they scheduled him for an operation to remove a brain tumor like that size as an outpatient. I couldn't get my head around that. An outpatient appointment. He had to get himself to the hospital. They were going to perform incredibly intrusive and complex brain surgery, and then discharge him as an outpatient. But even worse than that, they cancelled the operation because the surgeon had a cold. And then he had to wait, God, I think it was about a year before they removed the egg-sized brain tumor with keyhole surgery. So, oh, blimey. Oh, Dan Peters. Hello, Mr. Boaty, sir. Hello to you. Right then, darlings, I'm going to say good night to you. And it's Dan's birthday. Happy birthday, Dan. Well, let's sing before we go, shall we? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dan. Happy birthday to you. There we go. Right, I'm going to top my wine up, and then I am going to shut up, darling. I'm going to wish you all, well, I'm going to thank you for your company. I'm going to wish you a safe and peaceful night. And I'm also going to wish you I won't say a wonderful day ahead. No, I will wish you a wonderful day ahead, but I will wish that for you, but I will also hope that it is at least manageable. Richard, sending thoughts. I mentioned you on the video. If and when you watch this, yeah, I hope it's a manageable day for you tomorrow, and I hope that there's some pleasure and maybe joy to be taken from it. Woodstock says, John and Boaty, the NHS should have got a replacement surgeon or sent him to private hospital on the NHS. No, that's the point. John doesn't use the NHS. John has got private healthcare. So when they were going to remove that brain tumour and they were going to do it on an outpatient appointment basis, I remember it well. It was a Saturday morning. Poor old John had to get himself to this private hospital on a Saturday morning to undergo massively intrusive brain surgery, which to remove a brain tumour of that sort of size must have involved sorry to be going into details, but must have involved removing a section of the skull. And they were going to do it as an outpatient. And then on the morning of the operation, they told him it was cancelled because the surgeon had a cold. And that was private, not on the NHS. Honestly. And I was amazed by that because obviously for any operation, it's important that you undergo the nil by mouth rule and whatnot. So for something as potentially life-changing or life-ending as major brain surgery, I'm amazed that they were willing to do it as an outpatient appointment. You'd think they would have wanted him in so they could have monitored him before and after, but no, it was an outpatient thing. Didn't even know that was a possible thing. It was Bupa, I think, Woodstock. Bupa. Forgive me if I got that wrong, John, but I think his private health insurance is with Bupa. Right then, darling. So, yeah, safe and peaceful night. Best wishes for the day ahead. Take really good care of yourselves. And if you've got people who love you and who you love, take really good care of them too. Thank you so much for your company tonight. I really, really, really appreciate it. Sending love to all who, well, actually sending love to all, whether you need it or not. I'm sending it. There you go. Have it. Have it. And I can't wait. Oh, there we are. Righty ho then, darlings. The candle will be relit. See, I'm a big puff. The candle will be relit tomorrow night, same time, same place, 11 o'clock. In the meantime, much love from me. Can't wait to see you tomorrow. So on that note, pachoo! And indeed, oh yes, bosh. Oh, I can't see where to press. Is that it?